We are Zeke and Terri, empty nest travel adventurers from the San Francisco Bay Area.
In our videos, we share how two totally different people with completely different expectations for travel plan, compromise, and deepen our relationship as we travel the world, mostly together.
While we were in Palm Springs earlier this month, Terri learned about a restaurant called La Copine in the high desert of Southern California, north of Palm Springs, close to Joshua Tree.
We've begun to make it a habit of dining at French restaurants in surprising places like Le Bistro in Bucerias, Mexico, north of Puerto Vallarta. But when I heard of the French-named and slightly influenced restaurant La Copine in Flamingo Heights in the Mojave Desert, I could not resist booking us a table.
If it's French, Terry's going to be intrigued. As for the area, well, we've been to Joshua Tree. We haven't explored much in the Mojave Desert.
It's odd, really. A long time ago, we did take the kids to Joshua Tree, and all I remember was a twisty, turny road that made our son Adam sick, and seeing a lot of cacti, dry ground, and tumblweeds. In all honesty, I don't remember it being all that exciting.
We decided to make an afternoon of it after playing tennis one morning and venturing past the windmills to climb to nearly 5,000 feet above sea level. It was a gradual climb, and we didn't realize we were at 4,100 feet at Pioneertown until we saw a sign.
It was a gorgeous drive, and we couldn't help but marvel at the curving roads, the rock formations that contrasted against the blue sky and the beautiful landscape. It felt like we were in the middle of nowhere.
Terri mapped out our route with our first stop in Pioneertown, since it was on the way to La Copine, our ultimate destination.
I'd met someone at the dog park in Palm Springs who suggested we go to Pioneertown, and we'd actually never heard of it. We did not know what to expect, and as usual, I was not dressed for the cool weather of the high desert or the dusty and rocky road.
Yes, another footwear failure for Terri and wardrobe failure for both of us. Fortunately, Terri had a backup pashmina in the car, but she wouldn't let me use it.
Nope.
And has since added a pair of tennis shoes to the frunk of the car.
While at Pioneertown, we learned that it was originally founded in 1946 by a group of Hollywood investors, including actors Roy Rogers and Gene Autry.
It was designed to serve as an Old West motion picture set for filming and for the actors and crew to live, immersing themselves fully in the Western lifestyle.
So, I don't know if you remember at the Mad Cat Gallery, we saw the pictures from John R. Hamilton. I really wonder if some of those were taken while at Pioneertown.
As you can see from the pictures, there is a main street with facades of various buildings that you would expect in a 19th century Western town, like a saloon, a jail, general store, and bank that has been used for the backdrop of numerous movies and TV shows.
Some things were for sale in some of the shops, but other than wandering around and looking, there really wasn't much to do. I'm not sure I'd recommend a trip specifically to Pioneertown, but if you were driving nearby, it's definitely iconic.
Enjoy the pictures of this weird little town.
As we were leaving town, we saw a sign for Pioneertown Mountain Preserves, the Sawtooth Mountain Trailhead, and I forced Zeke to take the rutted dirt road to see where it went. We had time, and I wanted to see where it went, even if we were out of cellular range, which kind of freaked me out. This is a pretty conservative part of California.
We only saw one other vehicle on the road before we turned around and got back on the main road. Enjoy the scenery.
We came across these rocks that appeared to be popular with graffiti artists. The painted rocks were in stark contrast with the natural desert landscape. We stopped to take a closer look, although I was once again slightly creeped out and stayed in the car, while Zeke claimed that he wanted to take a picture of the back of the rock formation.
Or maybe I needed a haircut.
We couldn't get enough of the landscape and hope you enjoy it too.
On one stretch of the road, we saw a coyote run across the road, and when we got to the spot, we looked to the left and saw not one, not two, but three coyotes. We were so surprised we stopped in the middle of the 2-lane road to take this video. There were no other cars around for miles.
The same dog park guy recommended we go to Copine in Flamingo Heights, not far from the town of Yucca Valley. This recommendation inspired the day trip, and we were very grateful for his suggestions, and it turned out to be a really great day.
We couldn't believe this place existed in such a remote location. Since we took the long way around, stopping at Pioneertown, we felt like it was in the middle of nowhere. But as we drove back to Palm Springs, we realized it's only 15 minutes from Yucca Valley, a town with a population of about 22,000 people.
So close to the middle of nowhere. Copine is a gem of a restaurant regardless of its location. It opened in January 2015 and is owned and operated by Claire Wadsworth and Nikki Hill. The food is fantastic and the 42-seat restaurant has amazing vibes.
There's indoor and outdoor seating, and reservations are highly recommended given its size, location, and popularity. Apparently, we weren't the only ones who set it out as our destination in the high desert.
If you get there early or have to wait, there's a shop for you to peruse interesting items in the trailer behind the building.
We had the fried eggplant with tomato chutney, the salad copine with smoked salmon, and the chicken piccata on Parmesan grits, and all of the dishes were delicious.
But the dessert was the best. It was ricotta panna cotta, fresh figs, black pepper, honey, and mascarpone. What an amazing combination.
The prices were incredibly reasonable, and we look forward to going back when we are next in Palm Springs in October to see if the menu is seasonal. We've also read great things about Chef Nikki's fried chicken and want to give that a try.
We weren't sure what the weather was going to do and didn't want to get trapped in the desert, so we ventured back to Palm Springs. We could not believe we were only 39 miles from Palm Springs when taking the direct route.
We were amazed by the sand on the road. It was similar to what happens on Highway 1 in San Francisco as you're driving down the coast. The winds blow the sands across the road, which at one point, I believe, buried the road and required bulldozers to clear it.
Yeah, I think so too. But not here, thank goodness.
And it was pretty much the end of our day. Thanks for joining us on our field trip to Southern California's high desert, including Pioneertown, Flamingo Heights, and Copine.
We hope you are inspired to consider this part of California for one of your next trips. This is a great day trip from Palm Springs, especially if you include Joshua Tree and you make reservations for lunch at Copine. Be sure to check out our videos on Palm Springs and related blog posts on our website, zekeandterri.com.
We are actively building our subscribers and views, and we'd love your help. Please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our latest travel videos and daily shorts. We really appreciate your time and interest.
Now, back to navigating our lives and the world together.